Yo, Bo. Well, if I as I watch my Phillies so far getting no hit into the fifth inning of the game two of the NLDS against the Dodgers, just not the Dodgers no score so far. Though we do need to win this game, we're down 0-1 in the series. But I thought I'd start a new series here on the channel. I know, a brand new series to this channel, right? How exciting! So the name of this series is going to be Mighty Reviews, and it's going to be about me reviewing. It could be foods, it could be drinks, it could be other items. That's why I'm not going to specify exactly what the review is going to be. Most of the time, it will be food and drink because I just think that's going to be fun to review. And I want to give a huge shout out to my buddy Big Slim, who kind of turned me on to these food and drink review vids here on YouTube. There's quite many people who do them, and they all do wonderful jobs. Yeah, I thought it'd be kind of fun to do. Mainly, the channel will still be sports related. Mainly the channel will still be about the collection, right? The jerseys, the hats, the season of the fan series for my beloved Eagles. But I thought I'd add a little more spice to the mix here and do some reviews. And boy, we still can't get a hit. Boy, this is. I was at the last no hitter that the Phillies had in the postseason. Unfortunately, we were no hit by the Astros in 2022 in the World Series, and I was at that game. This is looking eerily familiar so far. Come on, guys. Come on. Anyhow, let's get to the review. What am I reviewing today, right? So today I thought I'd get this started. I'd do the lead off here. Ooh, we got a hit. Yay! Good job, Edmundo Sosa. He always comes through. Um, I thought I would, lead off this series, if you will. A little baseball term there, but, you must excuse me. But I thought I would lead off the series here with some Wendy's action because Wendy's has added an item to their menu. And, a few months ago, McDonald's had some tenders added to their menu and wraps as well. And Wendy's followed suit a bit later with their own version of the tenders right here. Or I forget. I think they call these the Wendy's Tendys. But I could be wrong about that. If not, they should. But the Wendy's tenders. So what I got here was I got the meal. So I got a 3-piece here. I also got the medium fry, which looks more like which doesn't really. I mean, it looks more than medium. Which is good. Quite a lot of fries in there, and I'm a fry guy myself, so I don't mind that. And I also got the drink. Now I upgraded the drink to a large. What I usually do, and it's a lemonade here. It's a fruity flavor. One of the things I like to drink. What I like to do is if I bring the meal back home, which I did today, obviously, as you can see behind me here in the man cave of the mighty kingdom, I like to get a large drink. Now, if I sit in the restaurant itself, and my good buddy usually if I sit there, sometimes I'll just do it myself. A lot of times if I'm with a buddy, I like to, go with a buddy. We like to sit and malinger and whatnot. My buddy Big Slim and I will do that during visits. And I usually will get a medium drink because if we go to a place that has the soda fountain so you can get the free refills, so there's really no need to get a large drink there. But if I'm coming right back home, I usually go with the large. I don't know. It's just a thing. Really no rhyme or reason, but that's just how I do it. But anyhow, I also got a free 10-piece of spicy chicken nuggets because they were doing a deal which ends tomorrow, which will be October 7th of 2025 as I filmed this video on the 6th. A free 10-piece nugget. I just happened to see it today. I'm like, okay, well, I was kind of figuring what to do for dinner anyhow. And then I did hear the ad on the radio that Wendy's has these new tenders. I'm like, okay, well, that kind of would seem like the thing to do. I'll just do that for dinner. And I'll film my review for the Wendy's tenders, and I'll make a new series out of it. I also got this new sauce at Wendy's, the Scorchin' Hot. So we're gonna see what this is all about. And I can't eat spice as much as I used to when I was younger. I grew up on Indian food as part of the diet back then. Rest in peace to my mom. But I don't eat as much spice as I used to because the old gut is like, no, no, no. You're getting a little older there, big guy. You can have more problems if you do that. But I like spice. I do like spice. I still like to have it. If it's overly spicy, maybe not. But I've been known to dabble. Slim can tell you, I've been known to dabble in some spice. So I got their what I believe is a news sauce. At least I haven't seen it. Now I haven't been to Wendy's in a little bit, but I do believe this is a news sauce. And I also got the sweet chili, but I don't know if I'm going to partake in this tonight. This may have to go in the fridge for another item at another time. But the scorching hot sauce, I think that's definitely going to be had with these. And I'm gonna start with the sauce. Okay, so it definitely has like a little chipotle kind of smell to it. I've had sauces like this. I've had sauces like this. If it tastes like how it smells. So I don't know how overly spicy it is. Obviously, I didn't sneeze when I took a sniff of it, so that's good. But we will try the sauce here off the pull tab here, just to see what we're dealing with. All right. It is. It's like a kind of like almost like a pseudo creamy sriracha, I would say. It does have a bit of a kick to it. Not overly. And obviously, these places aren't going to give you something that's going to put you in the hospital because then they would be in trouble. Right? They would be in trouble. But it does have a nice little kick to it. It's a nice sauce. Yeah, that's the kind of taste I'm getting. And I've had sauces similar to this. I'm thinking maybe like Subway, some of the sauces that they have. I'm thinking maybe even some other fast food places in the past. I've had sauces like this. Maybe even some places like a come on, brain, like a like a KFC or a Popeyes. You might have sauces like this. Obviously, you're dealing with a chicken product here, so these kind of sauces will go perfectly with it. And let's see about the Wendy's tenders. So here's the box again. Going to show you the box. If you didn't know, here are the instructions for if you wanted to do it right from the box. That's not how I'm going to do it. And then there's Wendy there, right there, right? We all know the logo. So I'm going to open this box. And here are the tenders. Okay, now you're not going to get overly, right? Because Wendy's, McDonald's, if Burger King, I know they have their chicken fries. You're not going to get, like, huge. Even like Chick-fil-A, you're not going to get these humongous tenders that you might get in other places that just specify in chicken, and that's all they do, right? So I wasn't expecting, like, humongous tenders, but they're actually not bad. I mean, for, like, Wendy's, this isn't a bad size. And it looks like I got two that are slightly bigger than the third. Again, I went with the 3-piece for this meal. And let's go with the slightly smaller one to start. So here is the tender, which almost looks like a larger chicken nugget. I have to admit to this. I mean, that's what these are, really elongated, larger chicken nuggets. But we're gonna go with the taste test here, and I'm gonna dip it in this scorching hot sauce. And we are going to take a bite. Yes, I know I got a bit of a shaky hand. Please excuse me on that, but okay. All right, Wendy's, I see you. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good. These are really, really good. Now, the texture, I'm going to try a nugget. I know what their nuggets taste like, but I'm just going to see what the difference is with the nugget and the chicken tender with Wendy's. Because I wondered if they would go with texture similar to the nugget or if they would go a little different like McDonald's did. And it seems like they went a little different, a little more breaded on there. Not overly. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get Popeyes. You're not going to get KFC. with like a McDonald's, Wendy's, these kind of places. But which is okay by me, because if it's overly battered, I tend to have problems. So here's the nugget. So here's the regular nugget. This is the spicy nugget. I'm being dangerous. I'm putting the spicy nugget in the extra spicy sauce, but that's how Mighty Fan's going to roll tonight. It's definitely a different texture than the chicken nugget. And that's one of the things I was wondering. What would they do with their tender? And I heard they have tenders on the menu. All right, so the nugget, I've had the nuggets plenty of times. I know what those taste like. Good. I still like the Wendy's nuggets. I think the Wendy's spicy nugget is still one of my favorites. Just personal, But the tender is a different texture. It's more of like a breaded texture, and it is good. Now, these traveled home. The Wendy's isn't too far from me. They did travel home, so they're not piping hot. Right? I'm not sitting at the restaurant eating them, but they're still warm. So this box did the job, and they're tasty. I would definitely recommend these. If you're a tender guy or gal, I would recommend these. Wendy's Tendys, or whatever they're calling them. Tenders, I think they call them Tendys. But it is a nice item. It's a nice item. Flavorful. At least for me. Anyone that does these reviews is just going to do it based off how their palate likes it or not, right? Very good. And I would rate these by, would I go back and get it again? Right? And absolutely, I would get these again. Absolutely. Now, they're limited time. I don't know how long they're going to be around for. But job well done, Wendy's. At least this order of them. And you never know. Sometimes you go, you might not get, at these places, you never know what you're going to get. You're either going to get something really, really good. Yeah, medium good, okay, tolerable, or what am I doing here? Depending on what time of day or night you go. But, so right now is 7:36 Eastern Time p.m. in the evening, and this was a good batch. These were done well. Like I said, the flavor hits you. The McDonald's ones I liked. I thought that they were pretty good. And this is just my opinion, and I don't work for any of these companies. I'm my own man, but I gotta put these over McDonald's, at least for me. I think the flavor is there. The McDonald's ones are good. The flavor was there, and I really like the sauce. The McDonald's sauce that they had for the tenders beats this sauce. The sauce alone for McDonald's, the sauce, that sauce wins. But tender to tender, I'm still going to put flavor-wise the Wendy's new tenders ahead of the McDonald's tenders. And again, that's just personal opinion. I saw they also have a wrap. And I don't know if they've had a wrap for how long. I think it may have just came out with these tenders, because obviously they're just putting tenders in the wrap, in the tortilla, right? So I see a wrap's available. I didn't get it tonight, but it's something on my hit list for another time, and I'll review that, in a future vid. Nice job, Wendy's. I'm a fan. I think these tenders are definitely worth the buy. And again, you can get them without the meal. You can get them with a meal. And let's go to, you can see the size of these tenders. This one's a pretty good chunk. That's a pretty good size right there. And then this guy, boy, if it just turned over a little more, it could have been the Phillies logo. But, it is what it is. Come on, guys. Let's get some runs. Still no score in the bottom of the sixth. I always get nervous the more a game goes scoreless, at least for my teams. It's like, come on. We don't want them to strike first. It's too late in the game. Any rate, good job by Wendy's for their tenders. The fries are the fries. I've had these fries many a time. I know what they are, but I will try them with the hot sauce here. I don't think the sauce is overly hot. And again, these places can't make them to like where your face is going to melt off, right? Because that wouldn't be good. But I think it does have a nice little kick. Let's try it with the fries. Mm-hmm. Goes well together. I thought so. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'll definitely get these again. I don't know how long they'll be around for. Limited time item. It could mean anything. It could mean a month, end of the year, early next year. Who knows? It depends on how well these things sell too. You know, obviously some companies do really well. They keep them on the menu for a while and maybe they bring them back. I would hope this is something they bring back. I really would. As long as they keep them the same. Sometimes these companies bring things back and they lose the luster. They change they change the the preparation of them. It's something that doesn't quite hit as it used to, right? And then things change all the time, but it is what it is, right? But yeah, the Wendy's tenders, definitely a hit. I would recommend them. If you're someone who enjoys tenders, if you enjoy chicken, I believe you'll enjoy these. And that's just my opinion. I mean, everyone's palate's different. That's why it's hard, right, to say exactly, oh yeah, this is for everyone, right? Because everyone has a different palate. Everyone likes things the way they like them, right? Or doesn't like things the way they don't like them. Myself, you're never going to see me in these review vids do something with a lot of cheese. I'm not a big cheese guy. I like certain kinds of cheese, and I know Slim always kind of gets me on that. But I only like only a handful of cheeses, right? Not a big cheese guy, so I'm never going to do a big review for something with a lot of cheese or cheese flavor. Melted this, melted that. That's not really Mighty Fan, right? That's not what I go for. But other things I definitely will do reviews for. Like I said, I'm gonna do reviews for some food, for some drinks, for some items, what have you. That's why I'm just gonna call this series Mighty Reviews. So it could be anything. Most of the time it will be food, but there are times that it could be other things, And I know most of the things I get are Jersey related, and those are for those series. So that's where they will stay in the Life and In the Life Iced series. And speaking of the series, this is going to be a big week for yours truly. I have a lot on my plate this week to bring to you, the viewer, on this channel. So tonight I just did the inaugural vid for Mighty Reviews. So happy to have gotten that out here. Tomorrow I plan on doing the next vid for the Season of the Fan Season 12 for the Eagles. We're talking about that tough loss yesterday to the Broncos and what was a tough weekend for Philly sports. I know, because I was there on Saturday night as the Phillies fell to the Dodgers in Game 1. Waving that rally towel, and it just didn't do enough. It just... But anyhow, I was there. Sunday, of course, the Eagles lost, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that in the next in the vid tomorrow night, which I hope to have it out by tomorrow night for the Season of the Fan series, which is season 12. Hard to believe it's been 12 years already. My goodness. So time does fly, as they say. So I'm going to do that, and then later in the week, I hope to bring more in the Life and In the Life Iced series. Hockey starts this week for the NHL. I know NCAA has already started, so that's cool. NHL starts this week in earnest tomorrow night. The off day for the for the Phillies, so that's good. And so there'll be some games on ESPN tomorrow night. So later in the week, I will have a vid for that. I've had some stuff that I've been meaning to do vids. It's just it just keeps. So I still have some things I have to share, and I will do that later in the week. And, there might be some more reviews out there. I know there's some new items out there food-wise that I'd like to try. So now that I'm making this a series, you'll see that as well at some point, maybe over the weekend even, so keep an eye out. Needless to say, if all goes well, if everything goes to plan, you will be seeing a lot of me this week on this channel. So, whether you like it or not, here I am. You're going to see a lot of me in different series, so here we go. But this was fun. I enjoyed doing this, and I'll do more of this. I'm glad, if people enjoy this, that's great. I know it's something different. than the norm on the channel. It's most of the time not going to be sports related. We may have sports chatter from time to time in this series, but it's really not supposed to be sports related. In the sense, it's mainly just going to be reviewing different things from food to items. We'll see. We'll see what Mighty Fan has in store, right? I would like to have some friends on in this series too. Maybe Big Slim, maybe Mark M, maybe other friends as well. So stay tuned for that. We'll see what the future brings for that as well. But all are welcome, to join in. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. So that's going to do it. I'm going to finish this meal before it gets too cold. So I'm going to finish this meal, and I'm going to hope the Phillies win this game tonight against the Dodgers. We need to even this series up. Have I said that already? We need to even this series up going into the going to LA. Otherwise, we're in big trouble. Otherwise, it's not looking good. And we don't want that. So we want to win tonight, even things up, and then take our chances in LA. But at any rate, that's going to do it for me for now. Again, Wendy's new, at least new for now, new as of today, as at the time of filming this vid, the tenders, the Wendy's Tendys. I enjoyed them. Like I said, this was a flavorful tender. It went well with that, with the hot spot sauce. I would imagine it would go well with that sweet chili sauce as well. Maybe other sauces as well. And maybe even try different things. I still have some of those dips of dread, from the Meal of Misfortune, which unfortunately is no longer available. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Meal of Misfortune and the dips of dread. But I'll have to try some of at some point some of these tenders with the dips of dread. I'm sure that's going to go well too. So like I said, I 2 thumbs up for me. I would definitely recommend this. Very, very good tender. At least the first one was. So we'll see what the rest of them have in store here. But anyhow, hope you're all doing well. And thanks, as always, for the continued support to the channel. What do you always got to do? Leave those likes. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Looking for 2K subs by the end of the year. You can make that happen. Keep hitting that sub button and hit the bell icon, because now more than ever, you never want to miss an episode, right? You always want to be alerted. It could be the Mighty Reviews series, the In the Life or In the Life Iced series, or the Season of the Fan for the Philadelphia Eagles series. You don't want to miss any. You never know what's going to happen. So keep doing that. And they're all free to do. Leaving likes, subscribe, and bell icon, it's all free, right? This is a free service. So make sure you do it. All right, everyone. I'm going to finish my meal. And again, hope the Phillies win tonight. Let's go Phillies. And I will see you on the next one. And you'll see me again very shortly. This is a big week for Mighty Fan here on the channel. All right, everyone. Take care.